At the depth of each and every one of us, we're all broken. But even in our brokenness, there are some things that are expected of us. And I wrote this poem to remind us about these things. And I hope that we remember, and I hope that our hearts are convicted. Yeah. When I think about the word broken, a couple of names slip into my memory, like Mary, the mother of Jesus, who though was a virgin, yet still chose to take upon herself the jaw-breaking job of birthing the Messiah. I picture words flying like weapons of war from the lips of those she called friends and family, and right there in the midst of the chaos that almost broke her, she still chose to be broken glass, hurt, disappointed, angry, betrayed, but still obedient. My mind takes a trip and lands on the guy called Jesus, who though was God, yet chose to take upon herself the jacket of a slave. I picture him hanging on the tree with tears dropping out of his colored eyes. I picture anger, pain, jumping out of his chest. He was God, yet he still chose to be obedient unto death, even the death on the cross. Listen, some of the greatest men that have ever walked the surface of this earth had the most reasons to give up. I think about Paul and the thorn in his flesh, Peter, James, and John, who were being chased around by Pharisees and Sadducees, and John the Baptist, who was murdered in cold blood as though he was nothing but a dead dog. And how about Jesus, who was God, yet was called a glutton and a drunk by the very same ones he came to save? And let's talk about Job for a minute, who lost all that he ever had in a single blink of an eye. All I'm just trying to tell you is that you are not alone. And even though life sometimes presents itself as nothing but a puzzle that you can't seem to figure out, I beg you to please continue to dust yourself off the earth and choose to hope. Right now as I speak, buckets of living water is being passed around. And I think it's high time we look away from our Samaritan culture of we don't interact with Jews and stretch forth our hands to receive, because until we sometimes learn to shut our eyes to the scars in our hearts, we will never be strong enough to stretch. And if you don't stretch, you will never heal. And I know that there are many of us right here whose hearts have been broken in 1,000 pieces. When I say that you and I are cut from the very same fabric, I will not be lying. I was born out of the web of marriage, celebrated the wrong birthdays for over 16 years of my life because my mother never saw it fit to tell me what my real birthday was. I have had my hopes and dreams slapped right into my face like thunder. I have cried so hard into my pillows that my pillowcases began to resent me some years ago. I told my mother that I forgave her, and no, forgiving her didn't make me any less broken. It just meant that even in the brokenness, I had chosen to be broken glass. Yes, I was hurt, pained, betrayed, but still obedient. Our Father, who art in heaven, teach us to have Job-like hearts and dove-like hearts in spite of the chaos going on around us. And I would have liked for you to take away the chaos surrounding our lives, but I would rather that you teach us to be obedient unto death, to be like you in every single way. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Wow. I thought the clap would be louder. I thought the applause would be louder, actually.